So we've been talking a little bit about what you've got coming up this week. Big game on Thursday. Kind of surprised that you're not playing Buchanan Upshur. I mean, when I looked at it, I said, I remember Buchanan Upshur from last year having to go over there and play them. They had a lot of players coming back that were 25-5, and then RCB upsets them a little bit. Even though they got 21 wins, I still consider that an upset. But a little surprised that Buchanan Upshur's not making the trip over?
Yeah, I was at the beginning, and then, as I looked at both their schedules, RC Bird, they've come along right here at the end of the season. Maybe they're just peaking right at the right time until they face us.
There you go. Well, of course, we talked before we got on the air and talked a little bit about what do you know about RCB? Not much, right?
Not much. It's really difficult to get in those Clarksburg newspapers. You have to have a subscription to everything. I've talked to a couple schools who's given me a little bit of insight. They have a really seasoned pitcher on the mound. Other than that, they have 3 really good hitters. But all that we know is that they're all going to make contact. So we just have to be ready to play the game.
Going back to this situation where it's worry about what you all do more so than what they will throw at you.
Yeah, it's all the mental aspect. We have to come in, play Musselman softball. We do that. We go in, we hit the ball, we keep our errors down, we'll be just fine.
Hey, Coach, I noticed Tia LeMaster has decided to continue her softball career in college. She's headed to Alderson Broadus. Tell me a little bit about that process, what you were involved in that.
Well, Tia told me back in the fall that she was going to AB for a visit. While she was there, she ended up meeting Mr. Long, who was there, and he offered her to come in and do a tryout for the fall. So she did. She took it upon herself. She went, and he really liked what he saw. I talked to him a little bit on the phone, and, he doesn't know where she's going to be right this second, but, he looks for great expectations for her.
Any other girls on the team looking to play on?
Senior-wise, no. Andy Barnes, she's going. Her plan is to go to Marshall and major in athletic training. And then Alex Williams, who plays our DP slot sometimes, she's looking for the career in the culinary.
Coach Sibole, let's talk a little bit about what you've got coming up. Of course, you've got some time off now before you will play either Jefferson or Washington. And I was looking today at some of the other regions that are going on across the state. And I don't know how many of the teams that you have seen, who else is left still. I know probably your only focus is Washington and Jefferson, but still, there's some good baseball teams still in it in the state of West Virginia. Matter of fact, the new poll came out today, and of the top 10 teams, 8 of the 10 are still playing. Hurricane got beat out, and St. Albans is now out. But still, some good baseball being played. But what have you gotten any kind of feel for the other teams in the state? I know Fairmont Senior, a very good ball club. What are some of your feelings you got about those other teams?
Well, we really don't know a whole lot about any of them, but I know Bridgeport's got a really good pitcher. I know that RC Bird game went 13 innings the other night, and I think Bridgeport's pitcher threw 138 pitches and struck out 17.
Oh, wow.
And, Bird had a pitcher threw 160-some pitches, struck out 18. But we expect to see some good pitching there. It was kind of happy to see Hurricane knocked out of the number 1 spot and out of the game. And then, St. Albans that beat them earlier in the season was ranked a lot lower, have a great record. Them getting knocked out is huge also. Mm-hmm. About the only other team that I've seen other than the local teams is, Princeton. We saw them. They followed us up down at the beach. Never really got to see them play, but they're huge kids. I mean, they look like a football team. Mm-hmm. And their record was pretty good down there. I think it was like 13-1 at that time. I'm not exactly sure what it is right now, but it's good enough to get them in the top 10.
Yeah, they actually, I got it right here. I can tell you.
22-8.
22-8.
22-8.
Yeah, so not bad.
Great record.
And not bad at all. When you look at the next, the region finals, let's say, and I know you don't like looking ahead or anything, but you got Elkins and Bridgeport. I know you talked about Bridgeport. They started off slow, but have coming on late, and I understand they got a really good pitcher. And what have you heard anything about Elkins?
I haven't heard a thing about Elkins at this point. I don't even know who won between two, if they even played in the regular season. Mm-hmm. I know where it is.
You know more than I do. I don't even know where it's at. Now, when you look at that other game going on, though, in this section, the team that you all play, either Jefferson or Washington, and we saw game 1 of that series when Ryan Panch and struck out 15 or 16 batters.
15, yeah.
What's your thoughts on those two teams meeting up for a third time?
With Pancho on the mound, Washington is as good as anybody. I mean, they've got a lot of young kids that are very similar to what we are this year. They've got young kids that are very excited about playing the game. And with him on the mound, it makes them really, really tough. On the other side of the issue, I did get to see the game that you all missed and watched
Saturday. Okay.
Watched Jefferson. They hit the ball really, really well. And Johnson's no slouch on the mound, too. That kid can bring the ball pretty hard.
Is that the big thing you notice, though, is if you've got one or two really good pitchers, you're in good shape? It
helps. I mean, with my team, I think we have 2 or 3 kids that don't pitch. Mm-hmm. And it helps to have that selection to go to, even though we didn't have to do it the other night. We still had Willem with innings. We had Zombro with innings. We had just basically our entire pitching staff other than Scotty, and he was a little sore from the night before. So you're just having the confidence that to go into a game knowing that if it looks a little shaky, it's time to pull the guy. It makes it a lot easier.
Of course, you didn't have to worry about that, though, with the way Chris was pitching.
Oh, no. We didn't want to. Actually, one of the coaches went in and was kidding him, said, hey, we're going to put Willem in the 7th inning. And Chris was adamant that he was going back into the game.
It was impressive, no doubt about it.
Hey, talking with Jeff Sibole, head baseball coach, and Shannon DeMassi, head softball coach of Musselman High School. And Coach DeMassi, you've got an alumni softball game coming up. Did you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. On June 9th, we're going to have the first annual alumni game for the softball. So any player who played, I believe it started in 1974, to the present graduates are more than welcome to come out and play. We're going to try to have 2 games. At 11 o'clock, we're going to try to play the slow pitch game. And then at 1 o'clock, we're going to try to play a fast pitch game if we have enough participants that are willing to do it. If anybody that is a Musselman graduate and that played for Ms. Kaminsky or one of the other coaches during that time, if they would like to play, we're going to have an interest meeting on May 29th at 6:30 at the field. They can just come up and we can get some information and let them know what's going on.
Have you gotten any sign-ups yet?
Well, I posted it on Facebook back in the fall just to see what the contacts would be. And right off, there was like 34 people that was really interested in doing it. I was really excited. And then now it's kind of creeping up to the 50s. So, we really need to have 2 games.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see if these people really come up to the interest meeting and, we can talk about odds versus evens and how we're going to split the teams up, maybe get a little bit of practice dates in there for some people.
Well, yeah, it's just player fees $10 and also includes a T-shirt as well. So.
It would they just pay for their shirt, and then at the gate it'll be $5. Kids 5 and under are free.
Coach Sibole, you going to have an alumni baseball game now? I saw your eyebrows perk up a little bit.
Sounds good. When she mentioned 1974, I'm sitting here thinking, hey, I started at Musselman in 1976. And as a 7th grader, it was 7 through 12 at that time. So that year really wasn't that far off.
Hey, something I want to bring up real quick, and if you can't talk about it or don't want to talk about it too much, we don't have to, but I know something that you all have been working on is trying to get lights at Musselman for both football or both for baseball and softball. How's that coming along? Is it in the works?
Well, our booster clubs have been working on it. Mm-hmm. They are in the works. Hopefully, you'll see something by next spring. Mm-hmm. But right now, we're not. We can't really elaborate on anything about it. We're looking for money. We do have a financial agreement that we're looking to get with some people in the area, but it's we think it's in the works at this point in time.
Mm-hmm. Of course, that'd be nice. You could play some more games and also at playing at night where more people come out and watch you. But also, if you have like a rain delay or something, you can have a larger window to get the game in. But I kind of like the afternoon games.
Well, you like them, but it also gives you an opportunity, instead of our JV team, which can play 32 games, instead of them playing 15 or 16 games because they can't play the same day we do, it allows them that opportunity to play. So if you think about it, if you only play 16 games on the JV level for 2 years, when everybody else is playing 32, that puts you a year behind when your kids end up becoming juniors and seniors. And that's typically the time period where the average kids ends up on the varsity team. So, for years we've been behind with that. We can't make up rainouts. I mean, we've had a tough time with this, and we've had to be creative with our scheduling and, how we made up stuff.
Yeah. It's definitely a plus to have lights, and it's just one of those deals. Hopefully it can happen, but I still like those afternoon games. It's just, I think it's fun to watch a game in the daylight and the sun out, and I don't know.
Fred just likes his farmer stand.
That's what it is.
The lights seem to help get the radio stations there too.
Oh, we'll be there no matter what. We'll be there. We'll be there. You got the press box, we'll be there.
Well, yeah, you guys keep us updated on anything coming up with that, and any way we can help, let us know.
All right, big week coming up for the softball team. Get back to Vienna. We look forward to going back to the state tournament. I mean, it was fun last year, and hopefully, unfortunately, I saw the pairings. Got a tough draw if you get there.
Yeah.
John Marshall, first round probably.
Yeah, but last year against John Marshall, we went up and we struggled. We didn't get a base hit. We played them this year in the Magnolia tournament. We ended up getting 6 base hits. And we ended up scoring, so that's a positive. Needs to know that we've went in the right direction.
Well, and plus going back to last year playing there at the state tournament, first time you've been there too. It's an experience. I mean, it's a shock a little bit if you're not used to it.
It's a whole different level.
It is, yeah,
different level. They live by the rise and the curve, and here we don't see that often. So it's really difficult to get your kids used to that type of pitching until you go into the different realms of West Virginia.
Yeah, exactly. Should be a lot of fun. Wish you best luck on Thursday. We'll be there. Have the game, and there you go.
Whoop, whoop.
And then, of course,
cowbells and all. Bring your cowbells.
Bring the cowbells out Thursday. Definitely do that.
Cow.
Okay, sounds good.
And of course, Coach Sibole, you get a little bit more time off. You'll be back in action the 22nd.
Yeah, next a week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow.
Yeah.
Take either on.
That's the easiest way for me to say it.
Take on either Jefferson or Washington. You're gonna go. Well, you're gonna be over watching the softball game on Thursday. So
somebody will see it.
Somebody will see it. All right, sounds good. Hey guys, we appreciate you coming in and talking to us, and best of luck, and we'll see you all Thursday.
All right, thanks for having us.